Why men make movies. Men today, we need an outlet. We need an adventure. We need something to grapple with that could destroy us. And what better way to do that than to go on the adventure of making movies? You know, it's been a beautiful journey for me so far. I've been able to develop as a leader without having to go into war. Knock on wood. But the thing is, you know, that's something that men today need. And it's been helpful for me to grow and to learn and challenge me to develop myself as a person and figure out, you know, how can I improve this aspect of myself? That's so exciting is having a motivation to work on yourself or to, you know, you got this war you're waging and that is, I want to make stories come to life. I want to work with a bunch of people to bring some shared vision to life. And it could all fall apart any minute. That's exciting. That's really like the most amazing thing is like you get to go on a big quest when you make a film. And you and a bunch of other people, you know, there's a camaraderie to it. You know, things could go wrong at any second. And at the end of the day, if you succeed or when you succeed, you have something to show for it. You have this boon. It's like you went in for the kill, you got it, you put meat on the table in the form of a story, a film, a piece of work that you can put to festivals or whatever. But there's so many avenues about films that allow you to grow as a person. And I think that's why I always gravitated towards it. Like, for whatever reason, growing up, I didn't have many friends, or any, really. And the things changed for me when I started making videos and films. Like, I started getting a sense of fulfillment from it that I couldn't understand at the time. And as I evolved through that, what I learned is like, pursuing that brought friendships into my life that I didn't have before. And it brought attention from people that I didn't have before. It brought excitement into my life that I didn't have before. And it challenged me to want to grow and learn and read books. And, you know, men need that. Like, we need that, or like a flower without water, we wither away and die. And I found that over the years, there's been moments where God has fathered me through that process of filmmaking. He put trials or tribulations in the way. He put lessons in my midst when I was making a certain project that I probably shouldn't have been making. You know, I didn't realize this at the time, but now I see that there's a correlation with the films you make and what happens to you in your life, or who you become, and how that influences the events around you. The art you make, life imitates the art you make, and you have to be very cognizant of that. And pursuing filmmaking has brought me to a place where I realize, okay, I have to grapple with so many things, including what kind of movies do I make? You know, pursuing something you're passionate about, a film that you're passionate about, a story that brings life to you. That is of the utmost importance when it comes to making movies. I also argue now it's making something that honors God and doesn't dishonor him. But the ramifications of that has been something that has cropped up in my life of making things that I should be making or shouldn't be making. If I'm making a film about the person I want to be, I tend to move forward and grow as a person. And then that makes the next adventures far more exciting. If you become a better person, and by that I mean, that might sound subjective. I don't really think it is. If you are making films that force you to be vulnerable and face something you are really afraid of facing yourself, of being someone who goes out there on a limb, or it just says, look, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to, I want to make something that's about being good, a good person, about good triumphing over evil, or things that are vulnerable tend to make you grow as a person in filmmaking. And it permeates the rest of your life surrounding that project, and it puts you through lessons and tribulations and trials and initiations that give you the opportunity to face fear, and gives you the courage to face that fear, rather than if you get into the habit of making things that you don't care about. So the things that I've learned about the process of making films and what films move me forward, they're just an added part of this adventure that you get to go on. And it's an endless adventure if you keep at it. And it really can, getting ready for a feature film that I'm going to be doing soon, it feels like I'm like a hobbit at the start of the journey to, bring the ring to Mordor. And it scares the crap out of me. But like, look at what they go through. They went from being just boys to going to become men, men of responsibility, men of courage, men of morals, and men of power, and men who are dangerous. These are just little hobbits, and that's what God wants of you, is he wants you to be dangerous to those who are evil, so that you can protect the people who are good, who need you, who need your help. And filmmaking is just one of many methods or many avenues or vehicles towards that kind of place in life. You need to learn how to negotiate with people who don't have your best interest in mind. You need to know how to deal with people like that. You need to, heck, I've gone through narcissistic abuse and learned how to be better equipped to deal with people who would put me through that, and how to navigate it in a way that's respectful, but powerful and firm, and without being, weak-minded or weak-willed or being a little bitch, like you got to know how to handle yourself in a lot of different situations. And I love filmmaking for that. It's just endless problems. And that's the key, is if you want to grow as a person, you need to face something. You need to face problems voluntarily. You're only going to grow from that. And filmmaking offers that opportunity. Now, it's easy as a filmmaker to say, ooh, I just want filmmaking to be easy. No, you don't. You want to go about it smart. You're not trying to add stupid problems to your life just so that you can make things difficult. No, you're trying to pursue something that is the highest aim that you could have, and then go for it. And that's true of movies. If you have a film that is the highest you could aim in a sense of, this is a good aim. This is a vulnerable aim. It will help me grow as a person and change my life for the better, then go for it. But the thing is, it's also going to be the most scary thing you can do. The thing you fear doing the most is the thing that you probably should be doing. Because the more you put that off, think about it this way. In this universe, or say there's multiple universes. I don't know if there is. I don't know if as a Christian, I don't know if I should, I don't know if that's something I should continue thinking. I don't know. Well, that's another topic for another video. But basically, if, say there's multiple universes, you're here in this universe, and there's another version of you in another universe. this universe, you say you're faced with a problem that you in another universe is also faced with. And that is, should I take the road of this is an easy project and it's, it's easier and probably more, more obvious to succeed? Or are you going to take the hard one that is not as obvious to succeed, but it's going to be most fulfilling? The version of you who goes with the easy route, and I've done films where I was going with the easy route, it leads you as a person down a road where you're not going to like your character. If you make the film that is hard and it's vulnerable and it requires strife and conviction, and it's actually something where time seems to slow down because, every month just seems like it's taking forever to go through, versus the easy thing, time just seems to fly. The hard one is going to make you into a character that you want to be. And at the end of your life, I think that's what really matters most. You should be going into filmmaking and asking yourself, what can I do in this medium to aid me in my character, or aid me in my faith, more importantly? That's something I should have done years ago. And I think it provides, if filmmaking goes away and all this goes away, or if you never succeed, having gone into making films and making films that challenge you to be a better individual or get closer to God, that's something that you will look back on and not regret, even if movie going goes away in 20 years and filmmaking dies, which you look at the way things are today, would it be a surprise? But if that happens and you cannot make films anymore for whatever reason, you will look back and not regret it. And I think that's what you should be doing versus the thing that you think will be more successful. If your aim is to be the more successful thing, I don't know if this channel is for you. I don't want to go that route. I just want to make films that are bringing beauty into my life and meaning, and that's enough for me. So I hope this video is helpful. If I make videos about becoming the writer, director, and Christian man I've always wanted to be, and I'm a bit of a cross between Christopher Nolan. I want to be Christopher Nolan and Bob Ross. And if you have something you need help with, filmmaking, life, anything that I might be of use to you for, just leave a comment below so that I can make a video about that, and not just be making videos about things that help me, but things that can help you. And let me know what that is, and I'll get on it. And I appreciate you watching. If you want to watch the most recent video, it's on the screen. Catch you later. Have a good one. Later. Bye.